South Florida, P Lover.
What's going on, brothers, fellas?
Ladies, gentlemen, whiskey tubers, all the friends, family, everybody that keeps it real in here with us. South Florida P Lovers always bringing the goods, and you already know it. We're back for some more. So what do we got today, bro?
Well, something from the Caribbean, not the Caribbean. What I meant to say was travel free or duty free.
Duty free
from either an over the seas airport or maybe a cruise ship where they're really selling a lot of good shit. A lot of people don't like this stuff, and you know, I'm a little inclined to think that way because of this latest purchase. I have to spend more time with it. I thought that because it was a Balvenie, it was going to be an excellent stuff right off the bat. And let me tell you, in order for me to discard this completely, I will have to spend more time with it. And that's exactly what I'm going to do now. This is Travel Retail, 15-year-old Balvenie Madeira cask. I found a picture from like 10 or 11 years ago in which these used to be 17-year-old. Wow, it must have been more than 12 years old or something like that. There's a picture there. Maybe you can try to upload it. This is how far back we go. Now that expression has been discontinued, I have never seen it for over a decade. And now they came back with this. Balvenie has really, really amazing presentation. I really like their stuff, you know. But like I said, I tried it the other day here with family and friends, a little barbecue. I don't know, maybe I blew it because of what I was drinking previously, and you know the food content I was consuming. So I don't a lot of stuff.
You see
yeah, yeah. So you were able to bring it up. Look at that, fellas. Look at that bottling. That's wow. That's I don't know, 10, 12 years ago. Despite the date underneath, I've had that way much prior to that date. So it doesn't come like that anymore, you know. There's another one, Travel Retails, 18 years old, and it's Pedro Jimenez. That's the one that I wanted to get my hands on. So anyway, this was 119 Travel Retail. So being Balvenie, I say, you know what? Let's give it a shot. So what you got there from the Travel Retail on that side?
Well, yeah, I think we briefly did this on the warm-ups, right? Like I brought it up, tasted it for the first time. I had just gotten back from St. Kitts, and I grabbed this down there. This is a 15-year-old Solera vat, Glenfiddich, right? Only a few are made out of this, maybe about 1,800 of them. This selection right here is it intrigued me. The colors on it, the kind of like the fire and the purple colors on it. It kind of intrigued me, so I grabbed it. And so I tried it the first time. This is a 50.2% alcohol by volume.
Wow,
it's a little hefty on the alcohol, but let's see, because I drank it that day. It was kind of like one of those warm-ups. We hadn't been back in a while, so I wanted to give it another shot, and then why not just do a couple of travel market ones that we grabbed out and about, and see if we can make something out of this, right? So I'm just going to go ahead and give it a go right here.
You know, I just got gypped. This is a 700 ml instead of 750.
No, it's 700, yeah, just like this one. And kind of expect it, right? Like when you go in the travel market, most of the time you're not going to find anything above 750 unless it's being distributed by the U.S. I can tell you right now that I see the color in yours, and it looks kind of like burnt lamp oil, where this one is like a really light gold, almost thrown to amber.
All right, immediately on the nose, what I picked up was alcohol burn.
Me too. I was just gonna say this, man. It was just pretty. It was like Jackie Chan kicking you in the face right away.
Yeah, Jackie Chan. That was cool to used to kick your ass.
Cootie
Sark.
You know that the name I think is Cutler Shark.
It's Cuddy.
Is it Cutty?
I think it's Cuddy. I don't know.
Cootie.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm trying to buy a little bit of time on this because I know it's got to unpack something. But the fact that this one doesn't it has an age statement, but I don't know, man. I don't know that. I mean, I've had, as a matter of fact, I had something really nice last night. That Glenfiddich 14 actually, I think, is, to me, based on what I tasted, the last time on the 14 was excellent. See, it's getting a little mellower now.
Yeah, I was just going to tell you. I mean, remember, this thing has been breathing for like a week. A good friend of mine brought it from one of those cruises. And now that I'm spending the time with it, remember, I was barbecuing. I was fucking around, but now it's got a lot of ripe fruits. And the first one that I picked up as it mellowed down, as that alcohol punch disappeared, it was ripe bananas.
See, I don't get this one right now. I'm definitely getting a little bit of like hints of like maybe a little bit of pear, very subtle.
Bunt cake I'm getting here. Bunt.
The alcohol is masking a lot of stuff right now, honestly.
Yeah, that's the thing. You got 53, 54. This is 43.
Yeah, this is 50.2.
Oh, okay.
But it's an aggressive 50. Yeah.
Got this grow hair, bro, for like 4 days. It's fucking killing me. It feels like a nipple.
Yeah, I see it. I got one in my neck right there. All right, I'm gonna go in for this one. I think I didn't give it 15 minutes for sure, but I can tell you right now that I'm ready. And
man, I don't have a beer.
What a sad day. All right. Pepper right away. Yeah, but it's got really good spices like cinnamon. I don't know. Want to say some clavo?
Yeah, clove.
Like cloves. Is very vanilla in the background, but not a whole lot right now.
I'm getting a lot of sherry, as if it was sherry finished or sherry mature.
Yeah, see, I don't think there's any sherry in this one at all. I think
on this.
Huh?
I'm getting a lot of sherry on this Madeira cask.
I'm not getting any of that right here. I'm getting a little bit of vanilla, but the alcohol is still very pronounced. Like I can't shake it off just yet. And what was sitting here and it's like coating everything. It's not very long lasting, but it's got a really good effect from front to back. Then now some of the other ones got like some of the other ones are just grab everything. This is like beginning and then it works its way back.
Well, I haven't had any scotch since maybe Friday. Today's Monday. Thursday actually. The first sip, and let me tell you, I'm gonna have another one now, but right now, not a lot of body. And now it tastes like cardboard. Like when you go to Yuho, you rent a truck and you go into that office, it smells like cardboard. That taste, that smell.
And throw Pete Lovers in the background there. So, well, what do you right now, like if you had to put them in a certain class based on what you're tasting right now, what do you think that falls in? Like, does it fall more like on the French oak side, more on the peat and sherry? Is there any smoke in there?
No smoke, no peat. Definitely a lot of sherry. I don't taste anything close to any Madeira or wine or pour pipes, nothing. Sherry, cashews, sherry again. a little bit of chocolate, like coffee powder, maybe. Because in most countries, like for instance in the DR, they have coffee makers, but they tend to uh, put the actual coffee in a sock, and then they pour the hot water, and that sock with the hot water, you squeeze it, and the coffee comes out as the hot water is going through the coffee powder, and that's what I taste. That little not toffee, coffee taste. Maybe a little bitter chocolate. I don't know. See, there's no body to it. For $120, I've had a lot better scotches than this. Maybe if the alcohol was a little higher, but then again, it's not even 40, it's 43. I just think this is more of a presentation, and the age statement, the reason why it's climbing up to $120, in my opinion. If I was, would I buy this again? I don't think so. I mean, there's a lot of other things for half that you know, like I would enjoy this a lot more, and this is like $90. Um, like I said, see, like right now it's like non-existent. I could tell I've had a sip of scotch, and it's been like probably 2 minutes since I had the last dram. I wonder if 10 minutes go by, what am I gonna, still have in my mouth?
Well, I can tell you right now, bro, that um, this is just burning the fuck out of my throat right now.
Well, that alcohol is high.
Yeah, and so it hasn't, like when I was saying earlier, it was transitioning nicely from front to back, but now it's just like a constant flaring on your throat, And so I got this bottle and on that cruise for like $70 duty free, and let's assume with taxes you are $77, whatever. I agree. I don't think I will buy this again. I think the presentation is nicely done. They definitely the marketing gods dragged me into this one, but would I even recommend it? I don't think so, because there's such a great lineup of things that I will recommend before I even arrive at this.
And I still think that that comment that I got from a YouTuber, it's right on. I don't think there's yet a duty-free whiskey that I have purchased and tried that I have gone through the wow factor. Something that we must have it again. Like right now,
I think I could say honestly two for me that I've been wowed by. One was the Balvenie team Sherry and PX, and then the other one was I found a 10-year-old Aberlour in Jamaica one time, and I just recently found one in St. Kitts, and I bought the one in St. Kitts, and I went through that bottle like in a week because it's just so good. And so those two, I will say that with certainty, I will absolutely get again and will recommend. But yeah, you're right. I think out of I don't know, I will have to say at least 15 bottles from the travel market we combine. I think we've gotten our hands on, and I couldn't tell you that 2 out of 15 is a good hitting percentage in my league.
I go back a little now that I'm having a lot more, and the nose is getting a lot better. The taste of it is actually better. I'm finding other fruits, like a little taste of mango now, mango and papaya. I mean, there's a lot of tropical fruits. I am confused. I don't know. I thought that I never had a Madeira cask like that 17-year-old that you guys saw there. I don't. Then again, it's been like 12 years since I've had that bottle. I don't recall having all of this different, flavors and tones. I thought things like this would only come from a sherry cask. This Madeira cask, I don't know exactly what kind of Madeira is. I don't know if it's poured pipes. I don't know. Maybe it's a different type of fortified wine. But nonetheless, I like right now it's tasting better than 5 minutes ago when I was expressing myself about the bottle.
But what is Madeira? Madeira isn't that Madeira and isn't that wood in like Portuguese, right? Madeira.
Yeah, I think it's some type of cask that held some sort of fortified wine for a while, and then new make spirit was dumped in there after it was emptied out without Madeira seasoning. I guess I don't know if I remember correctly, but I don't. I really don't think it's worth that amount. I mean,
No.
Beanie, 15-year-old. I mean, a double wood 12-year-old is already $75. I mean, for $50 more, you buying a special finish, which is Madeira, a very nice label, and 3 years more of maturation. And of course, based on the tin can or that tube, it spends most of its life in American oak, and then they mature for an additional 3-6 months, something like that, in Madeira cask. Anyhow,
No.
I don't suppose about Beanie colors. I don't suppose they do. See, that's the thing. These guys know how to do their PR. If I'm walking by and I see that, I grab it just because of the way it looks.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the whole thing. You see it, and you're like, man, that's well put together. I wonder, right? Like if the content on the bottle is as well put together as the marketing, right? And so that's what kind of drags you in. But let me go back to this because I think let's just kill this right here because I think we got other things to get into. And I can tell you that I'm getting wine in this. I'm smelling a lot of wine now. Almost like,
and that one that's a bad too, right?
Like white wine, right? Because I'm picking up some like grapey, like far away notes.
Cider, vinaigrette.
Yeah, something like that. Some acidity. There's some acidity in there.
Because that's probably refill after refill after refill. And if it's a vat, they're probably dumping in this humongous vat they got. And before it completely empties out, they pour more and pour, and they continue to do the same. It's a wash. And that's why they put in trouble retail. Those are probably the casks that, let me just, distillers, they know what they're doing. They know how to,
Yeah, for sure. Well, listen, I don't got anything else on this for sure.
No.
I will say I will not get this again. I wouldn't recommend it. It's a decent, absolutely. It's worth $77.
$50.
I could get my hands on a lot better lineup for $70-$80 than to get my hands on this. So what do you give? I'm giving this a middle of the road kind of guy. They made a good attempt on this, but it fell short for me.
Well, like I was saying, as I continue to have more, I started to like it more, and I think it's a little better. I don't think it's worth 120. You're just buying a brand, is what it is. If it's $70, 75 maybe, yeah, because a double wood it's $75 and it's 12 years old, and this has a special finish and three years more of maturation. So would I buy it again as a question? No, not at 120, definitely not. At 75, perhaps, but there's so many out there that if you already had it, why go buy another one?
Yeah, for sure. All right. Well, listen, that sounds like we're gonna wrap this thing up here. So for the South Florida Pete lovers, keeping the goods coming. Stick around for the next video. We're coming right back.